Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Arcadia News Week 6. We have some very heartbreaking stories this week and some uplifting ones this week, so let's jump straight in. In Carson News this week, we have one major story, which is that Leif Carson, or Levi Montgomery, has returned. Leif has renamed himself from Levi to Leif. Um, and we have some words from our funeral host about his technical death. Thank you, news host. Here we are at Levi Montgomery's funeral. I would like to say a few words about him. He was a very complicated man. He honoured his first advisor position well and performed his duty extraordinarily well, even when asked something impossible of him by his queen. He died so that Leif Carson could live. He was a very important man to many others, and he will be sorely missed, even if Leif continues to live. I'd like to thank you all and send it back to the news host. Thank you very much, funeral host. In coming back, Leif nearly killed Marigold, then proceeded to not kill Marigold. Then Marigold nearly killed herself, and Leif nearly killed himself. All in all, it was a very tough time for the Incarthans this week. I am sure Leif holds no grudges whatsoever. And I'm sure a certain event that happened today definitely won't affect him in the future. 100%. Definitely not. In any case, Leif, before meeting with Marigold, had visited Calais Veron. There will be no consequences whatsoever. Meanwhile, in Keonian news, Calais Veron is dead. Reports surrounding his death are very scattered and not exactly cohesive, but according to my sources, he was poisoned by Noel and then proceeded to get stabbed in the back a few minutes later. All in all, not a good time for him. And to my funeral host, yet again, for some words. Thank you, news host. Here we are at Calais Veron's funeral, and if I could, I would like to say a few words about the man. He lived a very complicated life. He was abandoned at an early age, but raised by an adoptive mother and father. That adoptive mother then proceeded to poison him, but that's a different story. He was a lover to the king, Aragon, and although they had their ups and downs in their relationship, and it was a very complicated one, they both loved each other very much. Calais will be very missed by many people. He was an excellent Grand Chancellor and an excellent hand to the king. That is all. Back to you, news host. Thank you, funeral host. Very beautiful words. In other Keonian news, and more uplifting one, Kane has been apprehended by authorities. More importantly, Carrickstrack, after proceeding to stab Calais, not the one that killed him, but a different one. Really a lot of stabbings happening recently, not great. But in any case, Carrickstrack was able to apprehend Kane and imprison him. There was also a ceremony shortly before this to honour the dead that Kane had killed, and we shall honour them by giving a few moments of silence. That is all for Keonia news, and before you ask, Hakon and Verdant and Atlas, no news. In Arcadia Discord news, the aspects of chaos have returned twice and have marked 3 people, myself included. I am scared, but I am also very excited. But that is all for Arcadia news this week. I would like to thank you all and see you all next week.